Well, Cliff, first of all, then let's start with the main news of the week. Billy Waters has been added to the squad. Why him?
Yeah, I think he brings a different dimension for us. First and foremost, he's character-wise, he's going to be excellent for the group. He's going to step in and supplement that, but also on the pitch, then what he can bring to us there as well. He's a real threat. He's got a real eye for goal. Direct style of playing is in terms that he has his eye for the goal and he wants to make runs in behind. So we feel it will add another dimension to the group.
Yeah, because he has something about his game that the other forwards that you have perhaps don't have. If you take the view that, Fowl can play in a few different positions, is taller, more physical, that type of thing is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Like I said, the dynamic of that forward line presents different problems for the opposition, and that's sort of the focus behind when we recruit the players we bring in. The types, you don't want to be bringing in similar types all the time. You want to be bringing in players that can cause the opposition more problems, and we feel Billy will do that.
If it works out for the best, is there scope to try and keep him?
I don't know. That's not a question that's being posed. I suppose the gaffer would be more clued up on that than me in terms of the discussions that he was involved in. But it's firmly for the here and now with Billy, and we want to get him in. He's an infectious character already. The couple of days he's been in, so looking forward to working with him.
How much have you needed perhaps all of what he brings to the table? And I say that only perhaps with reference to the Harrogate game, when just that clinical edge just wasn't there. Yeah,
listen, it's always easy to pick out the chances that went the right and went the miss, but our forward players, they've been doing that for a long time in terms of getting in those areas, getting the opportunities creating, and listen, some weeks you don't take them and you're not as clean as you would like in front of goal, but it's no reflection of that. We were always looking to add a particular dimension to that forward line as well, and we're really pleased that we've got somebody of Billy's capabilities and experience, but it just adds the competition to that forward line.
And a guy that did brilliantly well at Halifax and actually very well at Barrow as they rose through the divisions, but has found football hard at Wrexham, so he'll be keen to get going again.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I believe so. Listen, the dynamic of how we went to Wrexham and probably, without speaking about other clubs, that Wrexham probably hit an exceptionally good run of form, which coincided when he joined the football club. So it's probably through no real fault of his own that the players ahead of him were in good form and good momentum. So, but that aside, we're more than pleased to have him here. We've spoken to some good people we know within the game, and the references have come extremely high on Billy.
By my reckoning, that's 4 now in the fast-moving world that is a transfer window. Next, what are the plates are spinning?
I'm not aware of any plates that are spinning, but I suppose you'd expect that answer off me anyway.
Yes.
We want to focus on the boys we've brought in. Listen, as long as the window's open, there'll always be speculation about ins and outs and stuff like that. I've no doubt through every football club.
Just on a basic level, I mean, look, clearly one of the sad themes of this year for Doncaster Rovers has been injuries. But just in terms of volume of players, is there? I know Kalea's obviously gone, but might you be getting 1 or 2 off the books as well this month?
Well, listen, with the competition that we have, the game time is not going to, game time only spreads so far. So I guess over a period of time, players will feel the need that they want to achieve some more first team football in game time, and that will have a natural transition and as it evolves across the months. So, without me pinpointing anyone that may go, listen, we're always looking for opportunities, especially for our younger pros coming through, because we still have a duty of care to be developing them, and first team football does help that. So, we have our eye on 1 or 2 clubs that we would prefer our younger players to go to. So that may materialise over the coming weeks, similar to where Tav's gone out on loan and how we want him to go out on loan and come back and then impact us in the long term. So, but again, you've got to marry up with the teams that need players within that position. We've got to be happy with the team that we're sending them to, in as much as that the manager wants them, the manager sees them within the plans, and the manager's going to help develop these young players.
What about perhaps more senior players that you just don't think are going to get much game time between now and the end of the season? Then are you looking maybe to shift them on? Yeah,
no, I don't think we'd be looking to shift anyone on. I think it's a conversation that players will have with the manager on any given. A big part of my role within a football club, and as long as I've been working with Grant, is prepare players to be available and selected. So that does be my drive during the week with the rest of the senior staff. And unfortunately, you can only play 11 and you can pick 18. So there may come a time where somebody gets fed up with not getting enough game time that they feel they deserve. And we've got a real good group of players here, so we're not looking to sort of move anybody on unnecessarily.
Well, potentially 4 players might make their debut tomorrow. What's of course been the latest? How likely is that then? What is obviously the most recent arrival, but McGrath, Carty, Craig have been in the building for a few days at least now. Yeah,
no, they've been in for a couple of days. We've seen a fair bit of Jay previously, so it's been good to get them in amongst the group and integrated in. So the manager will pick the team he feels will benefit us tomorrow and has the most chance of going performing and getting the win. So as far as that's concerned, that selection process will lie with him.
Normally with Grant, one of us ends up going through a list of players. So let me turn it around this week for you. Is there any positive news on the injury front?
Yeah, there's loads of positive news, and as much as my glass is always half full, so the lads are another week closer to being fit. Some of them have been out on the pitches this week. A couple of the players. So is anybody ready and raring and capable of coming back into the squad for this weekend? Probably too quick is the honest answer on that. So what we had the squad available to us when we were at Harrogate is very similar to the squad that we have available leading into Newport.
Right, so who of the sort of sick list is sort of nearest to coming back then?
You refer to them as the sick list, not me.
Unfortunately, that's where they are right now.
No, well, unfortunately, they're in that process of rehab. But we have Richard Woods moving along nicely. James Maxwell's moving along nicely. So, like I said, they're pitch based now. So hopefully we can progress them at a momentum that keeps them on the grass and doesn't sort of sustain any further injury to the ones that are coming back from.
Grant spoke after the match last week at Harrogate about players not learning from the mistakes. What's been done this week to address that?
Yeah, listen, we review the games as a staff and we do as players and individuals. So within that, we always feel we can be better. I don't think you go across any management team that doesn't watch a game back and have areas to improve, and we're no different. Unfortunately for us last Saturday, the areas that we had a little shortcomings in led to the opposition's goals. So we've had not a total focus on it, but it'd be unfair on us to identify how we're conceding goals and then not go and work on it on the training ground and work on it with the individuals that have been involved, because it's not always the same people, it's not always the same person. It's a collective. We win together, we lose together, and that's happened on the training ground this week as it does every week, because you're looking to improve everybody as much as you can.
You had a great September and October. I know there's been obviously wins in the intervening period since then, but are you a little bit surprised that you've not kicked on a pace after that?
No, I think in most of the games, performance-wise, for large parts of the games have been positive. And as we've seen in the Harrogate game, we're just talking about a most recent game, we had a real positive spell. As I'm sure Harrogate would say they had, but you've got to take the opportunities when they come your way, and that dictates the rest of the game and how the game swings and ebbs and flows. So, it's not a case of looking forward and going, when we're going to get the momentum. You constantly stick to what you believe in with the players, with the group, the processes, and leads to performances, which then over time on a consistent level lead to results. So
next then, Newport, just above Doncaster Rovers in the table. What's your assessment of them right now?
Yeah, no, Graham's got his team, difficult team to play against. He's got a way that he plays. His team can look to try and dominate in terms of the fitness levels, the physical capabilities. But listen, they're on a good run of late, and we'll have plenty on come Saturday. But we've had a real focus on how we can go and perform this week, and how we see ourselves being able to capitalise.
Is it about matching that perhaps physicality and intensity first before then doing what Doncaster Rovers can do?
I think that's always the case, Andy. With every game you go into, you've got to have that. You've got to earn the right. As you'll have heard many times before, some teams we play against have certain styles of play, whether that be a direct, a physical, a football, a dominating the possession. You've then got to go and match that, and then get control of the game to play how you want to win that game, and that'll be no different tomorrow.